We're up.
Guys, first time ever.
First time ever. Squeeze in, boys. Squeeze in.
We've been talking daily on the internet for 4 years. We've had a group chat for 4 years.
Yep.
We talk every day about swimming. We've been going live. We've gone live probably 100 times between us together. And this is the first time we're doing it as a team in person at USA Trials in Indianapolis. The three of us, Nate, Brett, me.
And it took the US to bring us all together, Nate. The US finally did it. Eh?
Yeah, a Brit, an Aussie, and an American. Well,
Into the room.
half American right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the double. This is pretty cool. And we're on the TV over there.
This place is mad.
Yeah. This is wild.
Like the pictures, the videos, they don't do none of it does any of it justice. It is unbelievable.
Yeah. We had this conversation with Tim Hinchy, who put all this together yesterday, and he's blown away too, isn't he?
He is. I think like you probably have a vision of this, and then it happens, and it's even cooler than you thought, and you're like, and everyone's loving it. And that's, I think, if this place was dead, it wouldn't be as good. But the fact it's constantly buzzing, there's people walking around everywhere, everyone's having a good time. The kids are loving it. They're playing games. They're buying merch. I had a coffee with a coach friend of mine, Ben Keast at Swim Mac, and he walked over with me. He hadn't been here yet, and he said, "Oh wow, this is cool."
Yeah.
He was not expecting this. He's like, "Oh, this is real." I'm like, I'm gonna have to come back. He thought he was gonna poke his head and then be like, "Oh yeah, cool." He's like, "I'm coming back here. This is really cool. I need to walk around properly when I've got time." And that's what everyone's saying. It's like this just keeps on giving. You've got the swim meet, you've got this, the aqua zone.
I mean, this place is just there's stuff going on everywhere. Can people see this thing?
Oh God, now they can. Oh wow, there we go. Look, Ronnie, you're on camera there, mate.
Dad? Yeah.
There's Dad. Oh, Nate's doing a slow. Oh, there we are. Oh, look, you're on TV.
Greenwood swimming.
Yeah.
There's so much going on here.
They'll gather around. We'll get a crowd here in a second too. Oh yeah.
All right, you guys want to talk about swimming? That's what we usually do around here.
Instagram audio isn't working, someone said.
Is that right?
Instagram audio is not working.
How about now?
No. Instagram.
Jason said that.
Yeah. No audio.
Maybe turn his audio up. Try to turn that audio up.
That was a basketball hoop someone saw. There's wheelchair basketball. You can go and take part in wheelchair basketball literally just across the road from us. Basketball is happening here. And goggle throw-in. And you can customize your own Speedo Vanquishers at the Speedo Vanquisher booth. Everything is happening.
Those are my goggles.
You're a Vanquisher guy.
Yeah, I'm a Vanquisher guy.
My boy Jake, I've said I'm going to make him a pair. We're going to make some Vanquishers later.
Okay, cool.
That's content. We'll put that on YouTube as well.
That sounds great. All right, this morning, women's 400 IM.
Yeah.
Prelims.
When
I know, Brett, this is your favorite event.
It went as planned, didn't it?
Slow.
I mean,
2 sub 440.
Fast enough to get through. Yeah,
slow.
Jeff. Look at that, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Oh, hi, Jeff.
We'll get you in a minute. Katie Grimes and Emma White. I mean, is there any other way that you expected this to go, really?
Leah Hazer's real good.
Yeah. No, there's some other good swimmers in there.
She's been quiet lately,
The top
right?
two are the top two, right? Yeah. They did what they're supposed to do.
I guess the big story is this young girl, Audrey
14.
Derival.
14 years old.
14. She's in a final at the Olympic trials in America.
That's wild.
You know what's great as well? She had the 100 back this morning, so she made the final in her first event, and their coach was like, go and do your 100 back, and she went and ripped the 100 back straight after. Like, she's just here to swim. At 14, you just race, don't you? Like, she's a kid, and she's a really fast kid.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's tonight. And how is it going to go, you think?
Oh,
Katie Grimes wins. Emma White comes second. I think that's
Katie Grimes
We
wins.
just flipped the top two from this morning.
Really?
I think you're probably right. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Emma White makes her second team in the 400 IM. She's a silver medalist from 2020. Had to be, right?
Tokyo.
4 years ago, Tokyo.
Yeah. 3 years ago, 2021.
Yeah, 21.
It was actually a pandemic, and it got delayed a year.
Yeah, now it's 3 years. Yeah. So, well, she's there again.
I mean, she is actually, if she qualifies, she'll be the highest rank from Tokyo going into it because the defending Olympic champion, Yui Ohoshi, did not qualify in the 400 IM.
Yeah, that was brutal, huh?
So Emma White is potentially going to be the highest finish from last time to swim in Paris.
And Kaylee McKeown. McEwen.
She didn't swim the 400 last time. She won't swim the 400. She didn't even do trials.
Yeah, but she's like a 420.
428, third in history. Yeah. Real good.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Summer McIntosh didn't even exist last Olympics, and now she is the most guaranteed to win a gold medal at the entire Olympics. Most guaranteed.
Right.
That's Crazy.
3 years ago didn't exist because she was 9 years old.
Mm.
And she's now 16 or 17.
Wow.
She aged differently to everyone else. She aged 8 years and 3, but
Is this working on Instagram?
Dad, you're going to have to look on Instagram and see if it's playing through Instagram.
See if there's any sound on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is crazy. The woman's 100 back was almost as crazy as the woman's 100 fly, in my opinion. 58 is fast for 100 back, and 4 people went 59 or 58 or quicker.
It's working all right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reagan Smith sub 58 this morning. Sonny made a great bold prediction. I think I said this a couple weeks ago, actually.
Of course you've done it first. Of course he made the prediction before me.
Yeah, I did. It's on Twitter. I got a tweet. I got a stamp. I got a timestamp.
Can you edit on Twitter?
No.
No.
It was just a tweet though. But I really think she's gonna be the first girl to go under 57. And you said the same exact thing on the live show yesterday. So that's what we're looking for. But you're saying semis. We're talking world record tonight.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we saw in the fly, didn't we? We saw the world record go, and then we just saw the win. And that's usually the way it goes. You usually get the world record, and then you get the win the next night.
But Regan descended 1 to 3 on the flies. She went 56.6, 55.9, 55.6. She descended 1 to 3. I think she will descend 1 to 3. I think we got 2 world records from her. I think we get 1 tonight and 1 tomorrow night. She wants to give us 2.
Oh, 2.
2 world
you're
records.
calling 2. She's that far ahead, you think, that she's going to get it twice.
Is that a PB from Kat Burkhoff in 58.0?
No, I think she's been a sub 58 before.
Has she?
But look at her training partner, Kennedy Noble, 58.5. That's got to be a PB. Joseph
The Wolves.
Fuller
Look at the
from
Wolves.
Tennessee, that's 58.8. That's a PB.
Ryan White. She's
Ryan
a Wolf.
White. She used to be Alabama, right?
Yeah.
Claire Curzan, 59.4. You know, we've been talking a lot about how she's gone from butterflyer to backstroker.
That was not really fast.
That's not particularly fast.
On one hand, she made the semifinals, which is all she needed to do.
That's right.
On the other hand, I don't think she's making this team in the 100 backstroke.
It's going to be
I
tough.
think 2 back is our only shot.
This is another event that's just stacked.
Yeah.
It's like the 100 fly. It's you can bring through. You're going to have 3 girls that are going to be under 58 potentially. 1 girl under 57 is what we're calling.
That's a ridiculous
It's
statement.
ridiculous.
We're just called a girl to go 56 for 100 backstroke in a big pool. Claire Curzan is currently the world silver medalist. She in Doha this year, she comes silver with 58.2, and we're calling her maybe to not even get in the top 3.
Yeah.
What a meet.
Well, I saw Burkhoff out there signing autographs for people, which was amazing to see. I think she was taking her tooth out and showing people it.
No way.
No, I made that up.
After prelims? Wow.
Nah, but I
We
do
make
like to
things
see
up.
that. Fake news, dude. All right, what else was this morning? 800 freestyle.
Yeah. 800 free.
Did you watch it?
I
Brett?
did. I actually watched it from the front.
I did not watch a single
Oh, you
stroke.
didn't?
Not a single stroke. No, I didn't. But I'll watch the final for sure. 100%. I just don't watch prelims of 800s, but I watch finals. Absolutely. I'm coming down to fighting for medals. I'll watch that. But look, who did make it?
I watched Heat 3, and a kid went 7:56 and made the final from Heat 3 of 7 heats. Heat 3, he was seeded at like 9 minutes, and he dropped 1 minute 4 to go 7:56 and make the final.
Who's that? Sean Green?
Sean Green, Heat 3, lane 2.
From Long Island Aquatic Club.
Wow.
Oh, he's young, born in 2007. What does that make him? 17. He's 16 or 17. He dropped 2.5 minutes and went 7:56.
Same as the top qualifier, right? What's he at? He's 2006. 2006. Okay.
2007. He looked great. That like this green. His stroke is big and strong and long and powerful. Really good.
Well, Lyak has been known to be producing these types of kids for a very long time. Dave Ferris has been there for as long as I can remember. Shout out to my girl, Carol Withis. She was my college coach. She's out there. She's the head age group coach at Lyak right now. I hope she's watching this. Charlie Clark from Ohio State just missed it, less than 0.2 of a second.
Oh,
Yeah, and he's made the team before. That was my buddy was Norm. He's the coach at Ohio State, and I was watching him, and then all of a sudden he realized, like, holy crap, we just got 9th place.
7:56 gets 9th.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Does the young kid make it tonight, Brett?
There's a lot of young kids in there.
No, the one who went first into the 4-3 final. And come
He does
fifth.
not. He does not win this one. No. Bobby Fink is all over this.
You know what's crazy is Whitlock gets to choose 2 songs to walk out to.
Oh, you choose the song?
No, I think I made that up too. But you used to.
This isn't a Grand Prix. This is the Olympic trials.
Yeah, it would be cool if you could. But think about it. This kid's seated first going into the 400 final. He's seated first going into the 800 final. And unfortunately, I think David Johnson's gonna throw down this tonight and kick his tail.
Oh, I hate that you were right. I hate that you're right. I want this young lad to make it. I'm back in the 06er.
Hey, the good thing is seeing these young kids in America, right? American distance swimming, other than Bobby Fink, has been not that great. We're not, if you take distance swimming even further and go into open water, we are kind of stinky at open water. And look at all these young kids. Not only Luke Whitlock, Luke Ellis is in here from Sandpipers of Nevada, of course, and then Sean Green from LIAC. So we got some kids with the little diamonds next. What do the diamonds mean?
They're juniors.
They're just like little
kids.
This
is also trials for junior
little
Pan
kids.
Packs. No, this is trials for junior Pan Packs.
Okay.
So diamonds mean they're eligible for junior Pan Packs. They can make that team.
I got you. Yeah. All right, great.
Bro, you're really quiet talking about 800 freestyle.
I didn't watch it. I said I'll watch the final. I have a lot more to say after the final, but I just didn't watch the prelims.
Did you watch any finals last night? You want to talk about them?
Watched a lot of finals last night. What about that men's 400 IM? The poise and the execution, okay? When it came down to finally getting yourself on that Olympic team, right? How was it? Tell me about it.
He just looked relieved, happy, pumped. He had like every positive emotion he had wrapped up in like a ball.
Carson Foster's a good kid, and everybody knows that. Everyone knows he's a good kid, and you just want the good kids to be winners sometimes, right? And he's a winner. Now he's an Olympian. He's a winner, and he's a good kid. And my God, he put himself in a position from start to finish to dominate that field.
He looked great.
He did, didn't he?
He dominated that field. Just to clarify, that field had two defending Olympic medalists. It had the Olympic champion in Chase, the defending Olympic champion. Yep. And did Jay get third or silver?
Third.
So it had gold and bronze from last Olympics, and he dominated. He
did, yeah.
He dominated.
He did. And he did it in a way that looked like he was in control of every single stroke he took, every turn he took, every pull out, every kick out. There was nothing rushed. There was nothing out of place. Everything had its spot. And he to me, it looked like he was control every first 50, and he would build strong every second 50. And he just stuck to a plan, didn't he? He just stuck to a plan. And then at the end, the emotion of that came out.
Oh, yeah. Like 8 years of emotion just poured out of him.
Emotion just poured out. Like, finally, I did what I knew I could do. You know, like when you fulfill your own destiny and you fulfill your potential, and you're like, thank you. That's the one I was looking for this whole time. You know, all those doubts and all those people that tell him he's this and that. And it's like, no, that's the one we knew that was in him, you know? And he's put himself in a position where he's clearly the second best 400 IMer in the world, potentially fighting for the gold, but clearly the second best.
Yeah, I mean, Leon just went 4:14 prelims this morning, French Nationals. He just literally went 4:10, I think, at French Nationals for finals like a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not shaved or tapered or anything, but you know, as we've seen at this swim meet, lots of people can not swim well, and that's real elite swimmers. They sometimes they don't swim fast. So if Leon's if he's not 4:02 and he's 4:05, we're gonna have a race on our hands.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And Carson's last 100 was impressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
The reality is, and I've said this about a lot of people, but they've never done something like, so they was talking about Molly O'Callaghan last week. She's never won an individual Olympic medal. Leon Marchand has not won an individual Olympic medal. These people, that's a different feeling.
And listen to this as well. I just had this conversation with Lindsay Mintenko because I just ran into Lindsay Mintenko, and she said this. She said, we might not be taking the fastest team on paper, but we're taking the toughest team because they're going through the gauntlet to get there right now. Leon Marchand has never swum in front of a stadium of people,
20,000
in front of his home crowd, where they're all expecting him to win and possibly break world records, right?
Like they expect world records. That's every race.
A massive amount of expectation. So as Nate said, hey, you add a couple of seconds, you know, Carson drops a couple. Now we've got a race, you know?
Oh, someone said Leon said he wanted to go 4:07, 4:08 and went slower than he thought.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like there's no guarantees.
Oh my! Look at him! Oh, he's getting pumped.
Oh, there's no guarantee.
We're 4 or 5 weeks out of the Olympics. That's in his head right now. when you expect to go 407 and go 410, that's in your head, isn't
Yeah,
it?
and the whole crowd's expecting you to break a world record and win a gold medal. I've seen it. Okay, I've seen Ian Thorpe be under that type of pressure, and I've stood on the sidelines and I've experienced that feeling of like, how do you deal with that? How do you cope with that? I know what that's like. I saw it, but Thorpe came through it, right, as a young kid.
Yeah.
But it's immense. I'm telling you.
Oh, someone said he swam the NCAAs with equal hype. NCAAs is not the same hype as a home Olympics.
Oh,
A home Olympics.
Sorry,
No.
look, I know people love the NCAAs, but it's not the same as the Olympic Games.
No.
This happens once every 4 years, and a home Olympics happens. How often does that open? You got one.
This is not the same as an NCAAs. We're
No.
swimming in a football stadium
Yeah.
right now. This is not the same as NCAAs.
There's levels. There's levels.
Yeah, massive levels, and we're seeing that. And I think we saw that in some other events. You know, we're seeing that across the board. But anyway, Carson Foster, congrats. And then Chase makes the team again, right?
Oh, dude, what a.
Just
Is
consistent.
that second or third? Third for him. Did he go
Oh,
2016?
I think it's his third.
Yeah, third Olympics.
Yeah, just consistent.
He's the defending gold medalist in that event. You know,
right.
he's
Right.
not a schmuck.
Yeah.
And he's training with the same guy that he's been training with for a long time. This guy named Bob Bowman.
Did he get the silver in Rio?
Chase won.
He won.
No, in Rio.
Oh.
What did he get in
yeah,
Rio?
I think he
Someone
got
tell
silver.
us in the comments.
Yeah, maybe he got bronze.
What did Chase get in Rio at the Olympics? Someone knows this. There's always someone that knows.
Oh, people want us to sell Nate's shirt.
I
Look
can't.
at this shirt.
It's one of a kind, guys. It's one of a kind. What are
Look
you
at
gonna
it.
do?
It's got 3 different images of Katie on it. Oh my! Oh!
Look at that. Look at that. Wow. You got Katie on your bicep?
Yeah, dude. Look,
Oh,
she
wow.
looks cool.
I saw
too.
someone in the comments say Max Litchfield's going to win the 4am in Paris. If he does, I think I will literally. I don't know what I'll do. I'll flip out hard.
Yeah.
I want that more than anyone, maybe except him.
You'll go to the highest dive.
Yeah.
They do a real high dive. at the
Yeah,
Olympics,
27
you know?
belly
meters,
flop.
You'll go up there and jump naked.
Yeah, naked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can put it on a t-shirt. Me jumping off a 27-meter platform
Just a
naked.
flying squirrel, the swimsuit guy flying squirrel naked off the
Naked.
27.
And it's now on a shirt for sale from swimnerd.com.
We'll blur out your twig and berries there.
Well, of course. Otherwise, it's very illegal.
what
Thanks for clarifying
What
that.
just happened to this show? The show just went downhill.
It's supposed to be a PG show.
We've got a few swimmers.
Yeah.
We've got a little crowd here.
Hey, guys.
They're looking. They're thinking.
All right, we talked about the 4am last night. Let's go on to some other events. There were some crackers. I mean, it was a long night, but just quickly, let's go through a couple. What else was there? Obviously, the women's 100 fly. 100 fly. You thought she was going to lose at some stage, didn't you?
Mate, I said it before. She could go a little out a little faster, die a little more. That happened. She went out
That
2
did
attempts
happen.
faster, and she come back 4 attempts slower. So she went out in 25.2, and then the crowd thinks she's going 54. And then Regan, who is one of the most phenomenal talents ever, now a butterfly swimmer, now the 5th best butterfly swimmer in history, starts coming back. Tori starts coming back. They both PB'd. Gretchen didn't PB. 55.3, 55.5, 55.6. First, third, and 5th swim in history. And yeah,
How does he remember all that?
I don't know.
Gretchen
That is
won.
unbelievable.
I don't know.
Just like in his brain, just rattling those numbers off.
And you're the swim nerd.
Dude, I honestly, when I first found Sonny on the internet, he gave me vibes of myself. I'm serious. I was like, damn, this kid's just like me.
Young protege.
And then actually, the next kid that gave me those same vibes was Sockwell.
Yeah.
And I hit Sockwell up, and I'm
Yeah.
like, man, you just remind me of myself.
Yeah.
And here we are.
We'll get Sockwell in one day. He's
We'll get
roaming
Sockwell
around.
back on. He
Yeah.
hasn't been on the pod in a while. We'll get him back in
He's
here.
roaming around.
Yeah.
All right.
He's on the
Uh,
Jumbotron.
But that was a good 100 fly. And look, she got the job done. And it was good to see. I think it finished the way it should have finished.
Yes.
Like it really did. It should have. And Regan's going to have her moment, but the,
And props to Tori Husk,
Tori looked amazing.
a bunch of girls left Stanford, including Reagan Smith,
Mhm.
and she stuck it out and she swam her best time and she
Almost
Put her head down and
almost,
beat her.
Almost from a time that would have broken the world record.
6 temps. No,
Yeah.
600ths.
Six
She was
hundred,
600ths off the old world record.
Yeah.
And if she hadn't have PB'd, Regan would have beaten her. Her PB going in was
Mm.
55.64. Regan went 55.62. She had to swim a PB to make the team. I saw a reality. I very much saw a reality where Regan passed her. And
Yeah.
Tori might have been off this Olympic team, but absolutely not. And then she could go on to win the gold medal.
She could actually.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just glad we didn't get another Haley McGregory,
Yeah. World record and then miss the team.
That's right. Yeah.
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 Wow.
Yeah. So
It's happened in the past, guys. It's happened in the past.
what else was last night?
Men's 2-3.
Men's 2-3. Well, it's just
Pretty
a
standard.
semi.
Honestly, Britain are going to destroy America in the 200 free relay. They're going to destroy it. No, I'm telling you. So you're prepared. But the GB team are going to destroy the USA team. And I'm saying that oh no, people have got pitchforks.
Dean, the gold medal machine, bro. He's gonna bring it home.
He's not an individual actually, but that's because we've got two guys that are better. We're three guys who go 144.2 flat start. Jimmy Guy.
I'm going to say, listen, if there's an untouchable win at the Olympics, it's Great Britain. They're untouchable in this race. The 800 free relay is a guarantee, unless of some tragic event. That's a guarantee for Great Britain.
This guy's called Wormbrain, and he says USA can beat UK. When your name's Wormbrain and you're making this
Dude,
sort of
that's
call,
my guy right there,
you know
Wormbrain,
you're
dude.
stupid. You know the Wormbrain is completely wrong. Yeah, go look, it's locked. Do you know? I'll make another call. I think America can beat Australia in the women's 4x1 free relay. That's the call I'm making right here. If that happens, that's mind blowing.
Gretchen Walsh.
Yep.
Kate Douglas.
Simone Manuel. Say it. The Olympic champ.
Yeah, Simone.
She went out 55-7 to the feet last night. She looked great.
She won what? 53-1 like a couple weeks ago.
She's done 52 at this meet. 100%. 100%.
Guaranteed.
Nate, please cut that so I can send it to Boxall. That is the clip.
Oh,
Boxall.
we've just fueled Australia winning.
Yeah, that's the clip.
Oh,
I needed
no.
that. Thank you.
Oh, no. Australia just got the edge.
Yeah. Well, we still got that Kate Campbell clip that's still going viral. You know, I look back on that. I tagged every single boy and girl on the national team and every American coach on August 1st, 2023. And then to watch it last night when we were driving up, Phelpsy was watching it. And he was like, "Oh, it's the first time I've ever seen this." I'm like, "Yeah, right. I tagged you, buddy."
I'm going to pull this comment up. Gabby Rose, need an interview before the week is over. That's one of the most phenomenal things I've ever seen. She's done 2 lifetime bests at 46. She made the semi in 108.4 and then dropped even more in the semi-final. She's 10th in America. She's probably top 30 in the world right now, genuinely. And she's 46.
46.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got pretty good pedigree. You know, she's already swum in Olympics. Like,
yeah, too.
But, 108.3.
Yeah,
That's
good.
silly fast.
She's good.
Silly
good.
fast.
We got to pull this guy over here in a minute, too.
Yeah. Fireballs?
Jeff.
Jeff. Oh, yeah. We got to bring Jeff. Jeff's a huge swim nerd.
Yeah.
Huge swim nerd.
What other event was there last night? I gave out some medals.
Let's go up.
Events. We gave out medals. We got Olympians.
Men's 100 breaststroke.
Oh, of course. Come on.
Yeah.
He's a breaststroke. We need his opinion. Oh, Gabby. Oh, yeah.
Teammate of Gabby over here as well.
Yeah.
Make sure we get Gabby to talk on this at one day. We'd like to speak to Gabby. Yeah. Oh,
Hey,
I know she got the 200.
Come switch seats with me for a second. I want you to talk about this 100 breast.
Yeah, or me.
No. Sit there. Talk about the 100 breast. That's your mark.
Jeff, what's up, brother?
Hey, I'm good. Hey, my leg's a lot stronger than it looks. I got a seat for you right here, bro.
So good to see you, dude.
You're
This is one of my favorite people to follow on the internet for swimming. Seriously, this guy's like, technically, you're one of the best, I think, in the world. Obviously, you've had great influences.
Oh,
Some of the best.
I've swum with some amazing coaches. My top 3 coaches. One of them, Nort Thornton, rest in peace. Mike Bottom, the first Olympic trials. He hasn't been at it in a long time. And then Dave Salo, who just took that ASU job. I mean, I swam with him for 8 years when I was a kid.
The who's who of American coaching.
Well, not just that, but it's like the old guard that was adaptable, the new guard that was iconoclastic, and then the guy in the middle that was kind of like blending it all together as a psychologist.
Yeah.
It's a very idiosyncratic blend.
Perfect.
But speaking of Mike Bottom, he, when Gabby Rose did her previous lifetime best in the 100 breaststroke, it was when she was training with us during the summer at Cal. And that was a 109. And she actually bested that earlier this year at, some nothing meets. Nothing meets. And then she comes in and I saw her after the prelim and she was moved to tears. As you can, 108.
Right.
First time ever under 109.
Can I just ask, when was that previous 109? What year was that?
That would have been 2003, maybe.
Okay, 21 years ago was her previous best, and she's broken it 3 times this year.
At least.
So she was 24, 25 when she saw her last best.
Yeah,
46.
It was a lifetime ago in a lot of different ways.
What a great story.
That's mental.
But But I will say, I talked to her after that race, and I told her I thought that race was perfect because I loved what she did. She was she had a nice build on the first 50. She was 45, 47, 50 strokes per minute through the first 50. Second 50 held at 52 strokes per minute the entire way. I thought it was a perfect swim. I talked to her coach. He was like, nah, she rushed a little bit too early. He's like, we got to keep it under 50 strokes per minute the first 50. And I was like, okay, well, we'll see. And then she went faster. So, hey, shout out to Scott Hubbard. That was a good call, bro. Good
She was a
call.
little bit more controlled. She was 31.7 going out in the heat, 32.0, I think, in the final, and come back 0.4 faster. So,
And I think she can go a 7 because her turn wasn't even that great.
She can
jammed
100% go a
she jammed
7.
the turn. Yeah.
she can 100%
I
go.
just love how we have this storyline. She didn't make the Olympic team, but it doesn't matter. This story is so amazing.
How much did everyone love her as well? She was getting the
standing. Oh
my
Nina.
God. It was like the roof was raised off for a semi-final for someone coming 10th.
Well, I mean, not even that. In the prelim when she won her heat,
absolutely.
that was 17K. That is a Caitlin,
17,000
that's a
people.
Caitlin
Yeah.
Clark crowd.
Yeah.
That's a Caitlin Clark crowd on
That's
their feet.
crazy.
Yeah.
So what's her PB in the 2?
I think she's been 33.
Okay. So
She's
she's
been 33.
she's trying to get
maybe
under
32
230.
cabs. Don't hate me if I'm wrong.
The 200 breaststroke, potentially the hardest qualifying time. It's the least competitive of any event, I think, at this event. So the women's 200 breaststroke was potentially the steepest qualifying time of the whole of the US trials. So just making it is pretty tough.
And IMO, she's better at the 2. You've seen how good her
Is that
DPS.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've seen how good her DPS is.
She's kind of a bit more old school, a bit lower on the stroke, surges forwards, nice glide. Yeah.
Great power. Her power is in her
She's strong, right?
connection and undulation. Yeah.
So
Totally.
how's she training? How many times a week?
Well,
she in the gym? Do you have any insight?
You would have to ask Scott about that, but
Okay.
I've seen some of the stuff that she's doing, and for her, it's all about focus. I know one of the things, and all the young kids should really be paying attention to this. One of the things that she was doing, gearing up for this, and I got this straight from her coach. She's been trying to spend as little time in the building as possible. You know what that means? That means not getting swept up. So I tell my swimmers this all the time. Swimming is a competitive sport. It's not a spectator sport. And there's a fine line between being competitive and becoming a spectator. And a lot of people, they come to this meet
They're a tourist.
and
Yeah,
they get sucked into
Yep.
becoming a spectator. And then by the time you become a spectator, you're no longer a competitor.
It's funny you say that because I was just out there like doing little interviews with some kids and they were getting autographs, from the swimmers that were coming out. And Paige Madden she just walked out and she was like laser focused, bro. I mean, blinders on, walking right past everybody. And it wasn't like she was
rude.
right. She wasn't being rude.
She's doing her job.
She
She's
was
doing her job.
doing her
The
job.
best swimmers, they turn their phones off. The social media's gone. They're not here. They can't be.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I can't believe because we have so much depth here in the USA. I was taught some kid come and chat to me yesterday, and I'm like, "Oh man, what are you swimming?" He's like 103. I'm just I'm 48th seed. I'm not going to do anything. I'm like, whoa, slow down. What are you going? He's like 49.8. I'm like, you go 49.8, and you're like, mate, it takes one freak swim, you're in the semifinals. One more freak swim, and you're in the final. And you've made the Olympic. Like 49.8 is freaking fast.
Yeah.
Especially when you're young enough to
Yeah,
have
you're like 18.
that kind of
Yeah.
job. Yeah. You never know what you're capable of.
Never know.
Don't count yourself out.
All right. So Jeff, what do you think about tonight? Or you want to talk about the men's?
I want to know
breaststroke?
what you think about the 100 breast.
Okay,
Michael Andrew.
okay.
We've
Yeah,
got a million
yeah.
comments about
Everyone
Michael
wants-
Andrew. So
yeah.
give us your thoughts on that.
I've been a Nick Fink fan since I mean, Brett knows this because I commented. He was talking about Nick Fink earlier. And it's like, for me, it was his ISL career that brought him on the radar. And, when you see a guy out there just grinding it out and racing a lot and coming into his own, it's like you can never cut somebody like that out. And, I'm not on here to sling mud. So I don't want to.
No, we're not. No one's slinging any mud.
We love Michael Andrew.
No,
and
we
stuff.
love Michael
We're
Andrew.
constructive here. People want to know what we think.
I mean, he went 58-1 4
3
years ago, and now he didn't break a minute. He got last place in the finals.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Sometimes the chips don't fall the way you want, man.
What'd you think about his technique?
He has, I was much more critical of his technique a long time ago.
Okay.
I actually, as a breaststroker, as somebody who coaches a lot of breaststrokers, there are a lot of different ways to be successful at breaststroke. That's why it's my favorite stroke.
Yeah.
So I like what he does. He's got a lower stroke. He has a direct kick, so it's wider. And
So wide.
And that's just one way to do it. I personally prefer I like breaststroke was the parents, the mother, the father, whatever of butterfly. So I like a breaststroke that looks a little more like butterfly.
Sure.
That's my personal opinion, but that's not the way everybody's going to be faster. I coach swimmers that are better at one or the other. And if you're going to coach the stroke, you have to understand what what qualities
Yep.
those have, and you got to be able to identify which swimmer should be doing what style. Otherwise, like you can't just fit somebody into a mold. So I'm not going to try to step up and be critical of a guy's stroke because it's different than the way that I do it or the way that I think it should be done. Because at the end of the day, this is swimming, and the ends always justify the means.
I mean, he's still the fastest American ever with that stroke, right? I mean, it worked. It worked a little while ago.
The one thing I thought, and I'm curious on your take, is he's so long going out. He was 14 strokes going out, and still he was tying up so much. So that's what I was confused by. Like,
I was surprised by that too.
it looked like he was so easy. In the heat, he was 7.3, 14 strokes. I'm like, oh my God, he's
I know.
going to go 58.5.
know.
And then it looked really hard. And that's what confused me. If you're 25 strokes and 60 on the rate, you're going to die. We know that. But when you're
Unless you're
45
Petey. You got to be willing to take it there. Am I right?
Yes.
If you want to do amazing things, you got to do things that have never been done before.
But-
right?
Someone also said to me yesterday, like, why are you so far behind in breaststroke to like the PTs? No one swims near like him. No one. And you 56.8, just to clarify, 56.8. He'd have won by 2.2 seconds last night.
Unbelievable. Actually,
That's almost my 100 backstroke time.
2.2 seconds.
My 100 backstroke time. I qualified for
56.8.
trials in
Yeah.
16. I went 56.81, so he's 5/100 off. I mean, he goes 86, right? He's almost faster than my
Yeah,
100 breast.
88. My 100 fly time is 56.98. He is faster than my 100 fly time. Yeah,
That's
I was happy when I saw that.
That's-
I was
that's-
happy. I was like,
Dude,
56.9.
that's great.
It's
That's
a legit
great.
time. You know, like,
But dude, and you know what? Reagan Smith does that too.
Yeah.
Like when she set the world record in the 200 backstroke, she held 91 strokes
Oh,
per minute
yeah.
the entire way.
What, she could have been 59.3 or something. I remember that race.
Well, just, people need to be willing to take a certain amount of pain and get used to it.
It was-
If you can't normalize ridiculous things, you'll never do something insane.
Shaka was the same in the 2-3 last night. She did tie up a little bit, but she was ripping it. 56.1
Oh,
out.
little
Her
too-
arms
little
were
too
just
hard.
bam, 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 bam.
That's awesome.
yeah. She
I
was,
had to leave before that to go. You know,
Oh.
I got swimmers here, and we
Yeah,
had to go
yeah.
get dinner. But yeah, the swim off. I mean, come on, a swim off for eighth. It's insane.
oh, these little girls out there were talking about Shackle like he was their number one superstar. No, and all they said they were crying after that.
He's going to be a star. You can see it.
Oh,
He
he's a
knows
star.
how to, like, mate, that swim off, that victory celebration, the 4-3. This guy's a cool, like, you can just tell he's going to be a hero. Like, he's going to be an icon.
Yeah, all I gotta say is you don't get a lot of mono stuff in this sport. So when you get it, you gotta savor it. You gotta really enjoy it. That was very cool. Very cool.
Hey, this young man's swimming the 100 back tonight. He wants to. We're gonna get him in
Yeah,
here.
get him in here.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks a lot.
No, you stay here.
I'm staying.
Yeah, you're.
This
staying.
guy's been sitting in the
No,
100 back.
Jeff is too good, dude. He's too good.
Get in.
Oh my goodness,
Just don't bang this.
this is a real athlete.
Who we got here? I'm JT Smith.
Okay,
How's it
I've
going?
seen your name.
Sonny, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Nice to
Jeff,
meet you guys.
not to lose
Put
you.
the headphones on so you can hear what's going on.
All
So
right.
you're in the 100 backstroke final tonight.
No,
Oh.
not the final.
Are you in the semi, in the heats?
Prelims. I
Prelims.
swam yesterday.
Okay.
How'd you do, my man?
Not my best.
Is this your first trials?
It was my first trials.
Okay.
Yeah. Gained about a second, but I came off a rough month. Get on the camera, he says.
There we go.
You're a little too tall, bro.
We've got a tall guy here. Let's get he's a 100 backstroker.
Yeah, tall, dude. Tall is the new
I'll come
fast in backstroke. I was just hanging out with Keaton Jones. That guy. Oh my goodness.
Tall.
He doesn't even know
He's
how
a
to
big
kick
guy.
under. He's so tall he doesn't have to kick underwater. It's crazy.
Rip and rip, eh?
Yeah, that's what's up. But you kick underwater, or what do you do?
Yeah, I think I'd say I'm a stronger short course swimmer than I am long course.
My man.
Yeah.
I was cursed with that as well. But that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Well, it carries you further collegiately, but in the pros it's a little rough.
Where are you at in college?
I just graduated high school. So
Oh, you did. Where are
Yeah.
you going?
The
Yeah.
kids are so young here,
Give,
eh?
give him a shout out, dude.
all
Where you
right,
going?
NCAP. This is your shout out, and I'm going to UNC Chapel Hill. So shout out
Oh.
UNC.
Oh, I heard they just got a new coach. Is that true?
They signed a new associate head coach.
Are you excited
He was
about
already
that?
there. Yeah, he's a great guy. I love Kirk.
Excellent. Excellent. Cool.
yeah.
Shout out your coaches, man. They want
All
to
right.
hear it, dude.
Coach Pete Morgan, shout out to
You're a
you.
natural at this.
I'm a coach. I want the shout out, dude.
Coach Pete Morgan. Shout out Mark Gengloff for recruiting me. Shout out my parents over there. And yeah, shout out NCAP again. Wouldn't be here without them. So
What do you want to know?
How was the swim? How was the crowd? How has it been in this arena? Like,
I mean, I can't even put it into words. It was insane. Walking out and seeing like the largest attendance ever in prelims, 17,000 people in a football stadium. It was so, I mean, it was electric.
So I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you the first time I ever swam underneath the because I'm a backstroker, so it's a little different when you're a backstroker. You swim underneath that jumbotron, and my first thought was like, I'm about to get abducted right now. You know what I mean? It's like seriously, it's so jarring. It's just like I had this. How did I get here, and where am I going? Kind of thought.
You know what? The jumbotron was more help than it was like hindering me, because if there was no jumbotron, it would have just been a 300-foot ceiling.
I was going to say, how was it? Because I mean, you're a backstroker. You know how some pools have dodgy roofs, and people swimming on the ropes. Doha was like that at Worlds this year. Everyone hit the ropes. Like Peter Kotze in the last 5 meters hit the rope and went from second to fourth. Like, how was it? Like you could go in a straight line?
I think my line was fine. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten used to. I swim outdoors in the summer, so you know.
You get it good in America, don't you? We don't have outdoors in the UK. We don't know what outdoors is.
Sorry, man.
You can't touch the lane line in a race, but you can kind of feel it. You can feel where you are in the lane, and you just kind of graze your pinky. So that's normally my strat. You can feel where you are in the lane without really looking, and you can see next to you too in your goggles.
Plus, I know everybody loves to wear $60 goggles now, but if you wear Swedish goggles, you can see through your peripheral. I'm just saying.
Swedish
hey,
no,
$12, baby, $12.
No,
Monster laps,
no.
let's go.
I'm a big Swedish fan. Swedish are freaking cool. Swedish are cool. But I wear 80-pound goggles now. $100. The new arena goggles are $100. Think about that. Swedish cost literally 12. They're like £6 in the UK for you British people. Or you can get the arena Swedix. I like them. They look real cool. You know the Swedix? They're a little softer. They're like $12 as well.
This is not a sport for softer.
Are you done? Are you doing 2 back?
No, that's it for me. I almost got 2 back. Unfortunately, about a month ago, I got pretty bad bronchitis, and I've just been recovering from that. That's why this race wasn't, I wasn't at my best, but it was my first trials. I had fun, amazing experience. So I honestly cannot complain.
And as a senior or just a graduating senior in high school, it's perfect timing for you because
it is.
Next
4
time you're
years
a
from now,
senior,
I got 4 years of
gonna be going
collegiate
for Paris.
experience. Right, exactly. Yeah. And
That's
it will
killer.
be great. Yeah. I have to give a shout out to you because the suit that I qualified in was the new Mizuno.
Yeah.
And nobody has any content about it. And I watched all your videos and I got the sprint and it was killer. It was the best sprint suit ever. Shout out Mizuno. Also shout out Speedo because NCAP is a Speedo sponsored team. Speedo's great. But
you're ready for NIL, bro. You are ready for NIL.
He's gonna get 3 sponsors off the back of this video.
I was about 6'3", 56'3" for since last July. Threw on the ST.
You had the ST, yeah.
ST's the sprint, right?
Yeah.
Threw that on, went 55.8, and NCSA just missed it, and then swam it in a time trial at Speedo Sectionals, and got right under the cut.
Nice.
That suit is killer. I mean, it's incredible. That technology.
Have you summoned a Mizuno?
My best 100 backstroke was in the GS3.
The 3 is the one.
3 is great. Yeah.
Have you tried a 3?
Yeah.
The 3MR is like a legendary suit. Shane Cassis wore it yesterday. Some people cannot swim in other suits. There's a British guy called Lewis Burris. He cannot swim in another suit. Like the 3MR was like this ridiculous thing crafted by God itself. But.
Interesting. Well, I've come around to arena. We're an arena sponsored team, and I hate it. Like 5 years ago, I hated arena suits, but the last time I competed, I wore arena, and then for the race that I was really focused on, I switched out to the Mizuno, and I was so uncomfortable. So, I've actually come around to arena, and I haven't tried their newest suit yet.
The Primo is sick.
I gotta try
the Primo at some point. If you, what are UNC?
UNC is arena.
Okay, you get the Primo. The Primo is the first suit that can challenge the Mizuno.
That's what I heard.
Yep, it's really damn good.
The technology, the bands look insane, right?
It's the real deal.
Can't wait to try
this guy's on it. Wow.
He's paying attention.
I love it. I love it.
He's a student of the game.
What's going to happen tonight? Give us an insight tonight. Ooh. One call. Make one call. Does Hunter win? Yeah.
Where is he now?
After that start,
did you see,
how could he not?
I think he has to take it. If he gets a clean first 50, clean start. I was just talking to Brett about it. Who else? Who else has
Murph.
Murph is winning.
Murph, you're my guy. I'm never going to bet against you, bro. I called that you would break Pearsall's record, even though Pearsall thought it was going to be that wait, what's that country that Brett's from? Was it Australia? Yeah, the Australian guy.
One,
yeah, Mitch Larkin. Pearsall thought it was going to be Mitch. I said it was Murph, and it was Murph. Last chance.
Murph has looked so
You're not out
easy.
till you're out. You're not out until you're out.
He's such an effortless swimmer. When I saw him swim semis, it's like he's butter in the water. And he's I don't even know what his rates are. 1.5,
I don't know rates. I know stroke rates.
I
like
just stroke
you
per
do.
minute. Yeah. But here's the thing. This is the thing about Murph. When you are that much of a pro, you can hustle. It's like when you're like, if you're a hustler in a pool hall, you go out and you're playing for cheap, right? That's the semis, right? That's the prelims. That's the semis.
Yeah.
It's low stakes. So
That's right.
you can afford to let a few guys beat you, even though he doesn't.
He didn't. He
But
was
you can,
52-6.
but you can afford to let a few guys beat you. You can go out easy and then
Well,
do
he
just
can-
enough to win. This is what he does. He goes out smooth, easy. He comes back, he picks it up, and then as soon as he's got enough gap to shut it down, he shuts it down.
Right.
And everybody
Right.
knows that they can't do that, and that gives him a psychological edge to go with the already significant physical edge that he has.
That's a perfect like reconstruction of the race last night. Just to clarify, the whole semi-final was in a blanket. He turned in, I think, fifth, 26.19. That's damn slow. And at 65 meters, he was a body and a half clear, and then he shuts it down. He comes back in 6.4, 6.1, 6.4, and the only bit he tried was the 50 to 65 meter mark.
Well, he did cook the underwaters too.
Well, yeah, but
He
like,
gets a gauge on the underwaters. I think he can see everyone.
Straight up.
That
straight up.
also helps.
get good at underwater, kids, and you can be like Ryan Murphy.
Yeah, people think it's just for the NCAA. No. I mean, Murph kick. I mean, somebody tell me, how far does Leon Marchand kick on the last wall of his 400 IM? How far does he kick?
That's unholy, though. That's not
Pretty
normal.
far.
No, it's not.
Pretty far.
It's not because he trains for it. It's not normal because most people, it's like PD's 56. It's not normal because most people are not willing to take it there. If you're willing to take it there, if enough people are willing to take it there, it will become normal. That's why people invented the phrase new normal.
But the crazy thing about Leon versus Phelps, right? Phelps started underwater kicking at the end of races. I think it was 07, 200 freestyle. He comes 15 off that last one, the 200 free, goes 143 for the first time. But Leon is one of the fastest fly kickers ever and does it at the end of a 4M. Phelps could just do the length. I mean, he was quick underwater, but he's nowhere near as quick as Leon underwater. In a 15 off the wall underwater, Leon smokes Phelps at his best.
Hey, you stand on the shoulders of giants. I mean, are you supposed to not get better? Should the best not get better?
No, I'm all for it. I love sport getting better. Yeah. I just want to see world records left, right, and center. I love seeing someone like Gretchen go 55-1 and break what we think's possible. I think Regan goes 56 tonight and breaks again what we think's possible. We're talking about a woman going 56 now. We're talking about
as long as she doesn't beat 56-81. I want to last one more quad. Wow. Just give me one more quad.
That's ridiculous. I have one PB quicker than a woman's world record. My 53 short course meters is 1/100th quicker than Renomi's world record, and I'm holding that to the end.
Well, the end is coming, my friend.
Oh no, Gretchen would smoke me short course meters if she swung it.
But the end is coming.
Yeah, I just wish you Americans some short course meters more. To be honest,
like, well, so do I. You know, because we used to do this horrible thing in the NCAA where every 4 years they would make the NCAA competition short course meters.
Yeah.
So that was my senior year, and I blame myself.
Yeah.
Because I didn't prepare for it. I knew it was coming, and I dreaded it anyways, and I let it get in my head. And so I had a great Pac-10s. That's how old I am. It was the Pac-10. I had a great Pac-10s, and then a horrible NCs, and it was because I just let it get in my head.
Yep.
You know, so
was it the turns?
It's not. It means the same turns, right?
Oh yeah, for you, I guess it's the same.
It's like a little more swimming, but you can let that convince you that it's
2.1 meters. It's 2.1 meters extra length. Have you ever swum short course meters?
We swim it in the summer, diving off the side of the pool. That's it. That's my only short course meters ever.
We're talking about a world-class backstroker here who's never raced short course meters. It's crazy.
Well, crazy. Why do you need some short course meters when you have short course yards? I'm going to swim long course meters if I want to swim meters.
Yeah, but there's a world record for it.
It's just a pool. It's just because we don't have.
We don't have access to it. I'm sure I would. Everything.
I love yards.
Some guys got to move the bulkhead out just a little bit further. You know, that's a hassle. Who has time for that?
I just want to know what some of these swimmers would have done. I mean, Leon Marchand, 4 a.m. short course meters. That's gonna be insane when it finally, if ever, happens. But we just have to have these things happen. Yeah. Gretchen Walsh has to swim short course meters at one point.
I mean, I would love if we could just make all our pools a little bit longer. There's no reason that we shouldn't be doing meters.
I agree. Might
as well standardize it, right?
Yeah, I would love to see that. I mean, master swimming does someday you'll be doing master swimming when you're very, very old, like I am. So master swimming, they do a short course meter season in the fall.
Yep.
And so actually my very first masters meet back was with Anthony Irvin up in Northern California. We did like the 100 IM and the 100 back and the 50 free and the 100 free, set a bunch of Northern California records, and it was just like all in good fun. That was the first meet back. And that was before he made that team in 2012. By the way,
Oh, really?
I should say, Anthony, this is your jacket. I stole it from you. That's why I got you a new jacket, so that I don't have to feel bad about keeping this one.
It's a cool jacket right there. Are you're coaching, so you're not racing at the US Masters meet here, are you?
Nah.
Are you still training? You still doing some swimming?
I'd love to lie and say I'm in shape, but I'm not. No.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm just coaching, man. I'm coaching
All right.
and just trying to figure out
In
how
the
to
gym?
work. No, I mean, I have a garage gym and I do a
All
lot
right,
of stuff
all
in
right.
it. There's a lot of
Yeah,
there's a lot
you
of
look good.
content there.
You look
Thank
good.
you. That's
He-
because the
he's
jacket
fit.
is
He's
doing
fit.
most. The jacket's doing most.
He's
of it.
100% fit.
Yeah.
I know what he's about. I was coaching an online guy last year, Michael Grados, and you come up and smoked him at nationals in the two fly.
You're gonna have to pardon me for having no idea who that guy is.
No, he comes like you. We went like 1-2 or whatever in the two fly.
Was this in the spring in Irvine?
The yards one.
It was just this last year.
Yeah.
I have only one thing to say about that meet. I can't believe I lost to Marcus Rogan again. I spent 4 years at Cal losing to that guy, and then I go up in the 100 IM and I lose to him again. I blame the flags. The flag, it was windy. The flags were
Were they
literally a
flopping?
full yard off.
Yep.
I jammed my
that'll
turn.
happen.
I jammed my back to breaststroke and I pushed off into his lane, had to come all the way back in, and then I ended up going 50.7, which is pathetic. And he was like, I think he went like
But wasn't he
50.2.
also at the same disadvantage?
No, he went perfect. Everything was right. In his lane, there was no wind. The wall was perfect, grippy. It was
Yeah.
just in Jeff's lane.
That's how it is when you go to
All right,
Stanford.
makes sense. Yeah.
Everything's taken care of for you. It's a
I'm sure
controlled
he had
environment.
someone holding it for him. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right, you wanted him to shout at his coach. Who's swimming for you here? What's going on with your club?
Well, okay, so we got Umberto Najera. He just finished his freshman year up at Cal. Go Bert. And then we've got David Schmidt. He just finished up his freshman year at Harvard. He's got some great guys up there. Obviously, a lot of great coaches at Cal. And Schmidt's got the two fly prelims tomorrow, and he's on form. He looks really good. Oh yeah, really
We've
nice.
got a chance for a second swim.
I think he has a chance at a second swim. Absolutely, he has a chance. And
Yeah. Let's sub out. All right, boys.
hey,
Yeah,
thanks
yeah.
for coming down.
Good job.
Yeah.
All the best next year.
Thank you.
UNC. Brett, do you want to come back in? Let's get Brett back in.
Yeah, I'm down.
Brett,
I'm
come in
good.
for me. Come in for me. No, you're good.
He's on vacation.
Oh, we've got a crowd of people still hanging out. Who we got here? Introduce yourself. Tell us what's going on.
My name is Brandon Stout, and I'm from Pennsylvania, and I'm here to watch the trials.
Oh, yeah.
Spectate.
Yeah.
What's your favorite swim so far?
Right now it's got to be the 400 free, Aaron Shackle. Yeah.
I told you
hometown
he's
boy.
going to be a star. How cool is Aaron Shackle?
He's pretty cool. I did think the 200 swim off was pretty good to watch. Yeah.
Swim offs. We need. Why are they putting it right at the end? They want to put it right at the beginning. Get everyone watching it. People walked off. I actually saw people leaving the stands, not knowing it was happening, and I think it's a shame. That swim off was ridiculously good.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, swim offs are always going to be.
When they have to be.
It's always going to be a coach's decision.
Yeah.
The coaches will talk to the athletes and they'll figure out what they want to do. But I think that if they brought broadcasting into it, that would have been a ridiculous way to start a session off. It would have been. But you got to give the guys what they want to do. And there's a significant mental advantage there. Like if you can get somebody rushing into a swim off, then you come in with the advantage. And I absolutely love the way that the swim off went down. Because I think Shackle, I think he played him. I think he had the better strategy. I don't know for a fact.
Well,
I
yeah.
just know, to quote Bill Maher. But I think that he just decided I'm going to sit on his hip and I'm going to beat him at the end.
He left a lot.
I do agree with that. I also am a little bit surprised that he swam this event too, because he already punched his ticket to Paris, and it wasn't really his event. Although he does swim a lot of 200s. Although
The thing is, it is 400 freestyle time. Unless he significantly improves, he's not getting a medal in Paris.
yeah.
If you get on that relay, there's a good chance you're getting a medal.
Oh yeah.
So this could be an Olympic medal. That swim off win could be the difference between him being an Olympic medalist in 6 weeks or just being a guy that went to the Olympics. Both very cool.
Oh.
You got some of Michael Andrew thoughts here. Come on,
Yeah.
then.
My question for Michelangelo, if he was ever on here, is if he talks a lot about front end speed, but where's his back end speed? That 100 breaths last night, I don't know. That last 25 yards or meters, he was losing it. I looked like he was in 4th, and then he went to 8th, And I was just very confused on what happened there. I mean, he's the man that created USRPT, meant to be hundreds. What happened?
I don't want to be the heel.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, Michael's one of the most talented guys ever. And I think I hate when people like dick on USRPT. I think USRPT is a great program for the right person and the right way of executing. He isn't executing it the same way as he was before 2021 from everything I see. USRPT, the way he done a lot of 200 pace work, which is where he got his back end. And as he's dropped the 2IM and moved down to the 50s and the 100s, he's doing more 25s at 100 pace and less 50s at 200 pace. And I think that's where his back end's gone. But that's just my theory. That's not fact. And maybe Michael can clarify how his training's been different to 21.
I mean, what's your best race?
My best race, I would probably have to go with the 2 breast, even though I don't like swimming it as much anymore. But
Wait, why not?
it's gotten long. I've started moving over to doing freestyle a lot more.
So you're gonna fall into that Michael Andrew trap right now. That's what I'm hearing.
I may. We do a lot of USRPT work back in Allentown, but some of the sprinters over there complain about it.
How old are you?
I'm 15.
You can't be dropping down from 200 breast just yet. You're 15. 200 breast is a great event.
So here, I actually do have an opinion, and I don't think it's too offensive. So
All right.
sure.
All right.
I was really excited after the Tokyo Games. I was actually super stoked about Michael Andrew's trajectory because I had heard through some interviews, and I'm gonna say like none of this is first person.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna pretend to know the guy.
No.
Like I've talked to his pops about some of his training, but I'm not gonna pretend that I know the guy. Okay.
Yeah.
But I read through some interviews that he was like, yeah, I'm gonna start adding in some 150s, and I'm gonna start adding in some broken 2s. And I was like, yes, this is exact because that's how we train at where am I at? Evolution Racing Club in Southern California. So that's what we do down there. And so in my opinion, that's what was missing from the training. So he came out and I felt like he was saying all the right things.
Yep.
Now, I don't know what happened after that, but based on the results, I don't think that it was that. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. I mean, Michael Andrews, he's a phenomenal swimmer. You look at his NAG records that he holds right now, still to this day.
He also holds the 100 breaststroke national record, 58-1. That's, that's not a national age group record. That's just a straight up record. He's good.
I mean, yeah, but after the 21 Olympics, we kind of thought he was going to take that jump into that superstar role and really come and attack these 2024 trials. But I don't know how much we've really seen from one event and how much you can judge him and pick on him from one event. But I mean, I don't know. He's got some work to do if he really wants to go to Paris. I mean, what events is he swimming? I think 100 fly, 53.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Brett is really excited about his 53.
Yeah.
Brett is like the biggest Michael Andrew fan.
We love Michael Andrew. I love everything Michael Andrew does, and I hate the hate he gets. But right now, the 53 has Caleb Dressel, who,
yes,
I mean, he's pretty good.
I just checked out his start yesterday.
Go on, give us some thoughts.
Well, so explosive. I actually did. I don't want to sound like a creep, but I got some video that I could compare with the last start of his that I collected from Santa Clara back in 2016, and I was looking at it, and man, I think he's quicker. I'm seeing a little something that I look at that and I think this is maybe a little bit sus. But I mean, we're really splitting hairs here. Yeah. What I'm seeing is that in the air, after his front leg relaxes, he has a little bit more hip flexion, which signifies that maybe his flexors are a little bit tighter, which could affect his kick when it actually comes down to the swimming portion of the freestyle races. But I'm really, like I said, I'm looking closely. I'm splitting hairs. His start looked great. I actually think he had the same power, but he actually got off the block a little bit faster. But there's so many variables that I don't have access to. Like the previous start that I was looking at, he may have been doing that at only 90% intensity. Like you just don't know. He looks great. He's got the best technique, and like everybody thinks that his start is only about his ridiculous athleticism, but people don't appreciate how perfect his technique is. And that's what I think a lot of swimmers don't recognize. Like they don't take responsibility to change their technique because they want to think that it's all just natural ability. But there are specific things that he does that anybody can learn how to do. anybody can learn how to do.
I'd love to have more talks about this with you because I'm obsessed with technique. And you're 15, right?
Yeah.
Technique will limit how far you can go in the sport. If you're not, if you can outwork anyone, but you can outwork them with bad technique and you'll be slower than them. People get annoyed because someone's better than them. They don't go as fast in training. But if they're thinking about the things they want to do better, that's why they're getting better. And technique is not just how you swim, but it's also what your body can do. So you're talking about hip flex and how tight it is. The tightness, the mobility you have, the flexibility you have, that directly affects the technique when you swim. And he's obsessed. I remember when he had a YouTube channel. Did you remember that when he used to go through his races? The guy, the guy's obsessed with his technique, how he swims. He's constantly changing. I once broke down, it's on my YouTube channel actually, every 53 he done tapered for the last 10 years. It's ridiculous how much his stroke has changed. He went 21-0 on 3 occasions, but 21-0-4 twice. One of them was with 31 strokes. One was with 38 strokes. How mental is that? And the stroke rate difference was 58 strokes to 68.
I will say something about Dressel just from watching him race. The guy is not afraid to break the mold and in the pursuit of figuring out a better way. And as a young swimmer, and I give this advice all the time, you cannot be worried about what you feel like you've already accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be willing to tear everything down and build it back up in the pursuit of something better. Because when you're talking about getting to the top of this game, it's going to be those small variabilities in technique that allow you to do exceptional things. And there's so many people, not just in the sport, but in life in general, they get to a certain level and they're just afraid to break it down and build it back up because they have this fear that they're going to go backwards and never get back to where they were. And you hear swimmers use this all the time. They say this word all the time. I want to get back to where I was. And that's the wrong attitude.
Yeah.
You got to always be thinking about figuring out what you can do to get better than you were. And this sport technique is the most important thing. It is paramount. Without technique, like he was just saying, without technique, you might be working against yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
But as a young person, especially, you got to be willing to tear everything down and build it back up in the pursuit of something better.
I mean, I know we talk a lot about technique and we're talking about Dressel right now, but there is something I did want to talk about Dressel. So I'm sure you know of his teammate, Josh Liendo, that he trains a lot with. If you had to split hairs between them, and they're going to probably most likely be racing at Paris, who would you have to split your hair between, Caleb Dressel or Josh Liendo? Because they race the same 3 events, and both of them are looking pretty good. I mean, Josh Liendo won all of his NCAAs, every single race, had pretty dominant swims, and he's going probably head-to-head with his teammate.
I'm just going to say, I think you answered your own question there, homie.
Really?
Well, I mean, did he beat the records?
No, I mean, he is a sophomore in college. That's the only thing I'll give him. He's a sophomore.
Caleb, everyone.
Caleb,
everyone.
you think Caleb?
Caleb looks good. You just said Caleb looked good this morning. I just saw him walk on deck and he looked good. He's been getting better every year. His in-season swimming is potentially some of the best in-season swimming he's ever done. There's very few talents in the world we've ever seen like Caleb.
And I'll say, I'm not trying to throw shade at Josh. I haven't really seen him swim much long course. So, I mean, he might blow the doors off. I don't know.
No, he's really good.
I'm not going against Caleb.
He's good. He's like a 50.1. Caleb's 49.4. That being said, I don't think they're the two we're worrying about in the 100 freestyle. I think there's a lot of 100.
Yeah.
The 100 freestyle in Paris is going to be crazy. We've got Han, we've got Popovich, we've got Cole Chalmers, we've got Jack Alexi, and then we were talking about 53 earlier, and we were talking about Dressel, but Jack Alexi's like the opposite of Dressel. Hasn't got the best start, but swim speed in the world right now, I think he might be number 1. That guy moves through water like just beautifully. You seen him swim?
I have. And I know Dave Marsh is very excited about his swimming.
I've heard he done something in training in the last couple of weeks that was mind-blowing.
It's going to be fun. After hearing you say that, it's going to be a fun race.
And there's Ryan Held. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
No one talks about him. He's good. He's an Olympian. He's an Olympic medalist. He's an Olympic champion, I'm pretty sure, in relay. Like,
he's got some great Olympic moments.
Yes.
Oh, my mom.
Mom's calling. Mom's calling him away.
Shout out your moms. Come on.
All right. Thank you for having me on.
No,
here,
thanks
guys.
for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out.
I enjoy the rest of the mate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We wrapping up?
What do you want to do?
We've been on like an hour.
There's only 501 people watching all over the world.
We can do some comments.
You want to do some comments, some questions?
Yeah, bring some comments. If there's anyone have, there was Michael, my guy. Look, just name drop me. I'll see you guys Wednesday. Yeah, look, this is the guy you raced last year. You beat him and you don't even remember him.
Sorry.
Oh, Jeff.
I got a bad memory, man.
Oh, I didn't even remember beating my boy Michael.
What race was that?
Oh, it's 2 fly. You done 2 fly last year, didn't you?
Oh, that I beat him in that. That was
Now you make it
that
even
was so
worse.
bad.
Oh, he was buzzed. He went like sub-2 for the first time in like 20 years.
Oh, bro, that was so bad. So I got to be honest. I didn't, except for the 100 IM, I did not swim any of my best races that week. I was focused on the 2 fly. I'm not a 2 flyer. I was trying. I thought I could. I was very confident.
Dude, you went like 154 or
I
something?
thought I could go 148.
Dude, 154 is still smoking it. What are you, almost 40?
I think
How old are you?
I'm 42. I think,
Oh, shit.
It's the
And
40 to 44 category. It's like they're freaking.
but I think I split 42 on the last 50 though, for real.
I just got a stitch thinking about going 154 in the 2
I
fly.
could swim a 2 fly.
Ow.
It was a terrible race. I was scared. I was weak, and I accept that. It's fine. It is what it is. You got to be honest with yourself if you want to be able to move forward. Now, I did go a lifetime best in the 100 breaststroke at that meet as a warm-up race.
That's
That was a lot
mental.
better. I went 55.9. I think I got a 54 in me. I think I do.
That's a PB for your whole life?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
I know. I was slow. I know.
Dude, you and Gabby Rose, man.
Guys, people
Just
quit
PBs
swimming
in
too
forward.
early. People quit swimming too early and don't like. You need to keep going in the sport. You not think so? You've had some friends win gold medals at later ages, and
The thing I hate the worst is when people say, like, oh, I'm a swimmer now. It's like, no, bro, you're not a swimmer. You're always a swimmer. You're going to swim for the rest of your life. You might just not be doing it 10 times a week.
That's true.
You know, like it kills me when someone says that. And then you just spent your whole life and then it's gone. And then for years they don't touch the water. And then eventually people find their way back. But man, there's a huge gap from like these college kids to masters swimming.
it's also health for life. Look how good Jeff looks at 42.
He does.
It's
He look
health for
amazing.
life.
It's clean living. Clean living.
It's health for life. You know, look at Nick Santos. That guy's like 44. He looks healthy. He went 23 long course, 50 butterfly last year because that's his lifestyle. His lifestyle includes swimming and being healthy and going to the gym. And that's why he's still fast, because he's healthy.
Health is wealth, baby.
It would be very arrogant if I were to try to compare myself to Nick Santos. That guy is very, very impressive.
He's a
But I will say this, you know, like there's so much there's so much pressure for kids that are swimming to focus on, like, I'm trying to get this scholarship or I'm trying to make this team. And we're at Olympic trials right now, and there's so many people that are going to be devastated by the third place that they get. But you know, as a coach, I tell my swimmers all the time, it's like, my goal for you is for you to go whatever the next level is, to go on to that next level and to have a good relationship to the sport. Because there's going to be a time, like I'm coaching guys right now, they're going to be engineers and doctors. They're going to invent ridiculous things that nobody's even thought of.
That's right.
And it's going to be very stressful. And there's going to be times in their life when going to the pool and just like banging out some laps is going to be something that clears their mind and
So
allows them to get into
therapeutic,
a different headspace. I mean, have you ever seen that movie Tick, Tick, Boom? You
No.
ever see that?
Uh-uh.
So it's about I should know who it's really about, but our friend, my wife and I, our friend Alex Shipp is in that movie, and it's actually a great movie. It's a musical about a guy that wrote a musical. But
I have watched it. Yeah, it's good.
There's a really pivotal scene where he's doing laps, and that's where he comes up with his brilliant idea. And I think that's something that is actually true for a lot of people who are swimmers. Like you said, they're no former swimmers. These are people who are swimmers. It just means something different in their lives.
Couldn't agree more.
This has been fun, hey, watching you guys go at it. Jeff's been outstanding.
No,
hasn't he?
it's
Put me
unbelievable.
on the spot, bro.
Dude,
Jeff is amazing.
crushing it.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
Jeff.
crushing
We
it.
need to
Seems like
make-
you're really
I
strong.
want to bring him in more, like
Yeah,
beyond this meet.
No, no.
And
he's
someone said he
legendary.
looks 32 as well, Jeff. People are loving you in the comments.
Oh,
Look at that. Look, 32.
Yeah. How cool is this? This is awesome.
Are we wrapping?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, we should probably get out of here.
Yeah, we got some.
we
trouble
gotta
to get
eat.
to.
Yeah.
Are we going to swim?
I want to go swim now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go find a pool.
IUPUI?
Ideally, yeah, unless
Yeah.
we can get in the main pool.
The main pool might be struggling now,
Yeah.
but IUPUI, we'll go out
I'll go there. I'll have a little swim.
I would have brought my suit if I knew this was going to be a swim meet.
We have spare suits with us.
Oh.
We got suits.
We got lots of caps.
Swedish goggles, though?
I haven't got Swedish
I'm out. I only want
I'm
Swedish.
out.
We could go find you a pair of Swedes. There's like 3 million swim shops here.
I don't see no Malmsteen labs here, dude.
Hey, this has been cool. Thanks,
Awesome.
everybody.
Hey,
Thanks for joining
we'll
in
see you
again.
tonight.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Thanks,
Later.
dude.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah.
Bye.